What's going on, guys? Today we are grading all of the brand new Division Dynasty cards, and we're not going to have the team builders in here, but it doesn't really matter because those cards aren't really good anyway, so who really cares? But only Division Dynasty cards are going to be grading today. Of course, before we get started, if you are part of the 67% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, so of course any support is appreciated. So today we are going to do things a little bit differently than what I normally do, and that's just grade the cards. But I felt like we needed some visual representation here, so what we did is we did make a tier list, and we're going to be adding really only, and there's a lot of cards that, yeah, okay, there's a lot of cards here, but we're going to be adding the 99s to this. So right now, obviously, all of these 96s are just not good. These are not in order or anything like that. I just put them all in D tier because it doesn't really matter. I mean, go after the guy maybe for your theme team that'll fulfill the hole apparently that the theme team has. But outside of that, really all these 96s are D tier in comparison to the cards we're getting right now and the cards that you should be using in the game. These cards are not even good compared to the cards that were coming out in February. That's all I got to say about that. So those are your 96s for those who are wondering. Let's get started with our newest card here. The first time being in Madden. Marvin Harrison Jr., a big surprise card coming out today. He's an LTD for Division Dynasty. The stats look great, but this card is our biggest question mark while I'm recording this right now. 6'4", 205. The build is going to be crazy on this card. The stats are crazy too, but look at these abilities here. So we don't know all the abilities that he gets. I'm going to assume that he has the same setup still as the other Division Dynasty cards, which is 3 0 AP up discount ability buckets, and then the 7th bucket is going to be a custom bucket that EA got to choose. So hopefully he gets X factors like Yak 'em Up or Moss or W or something like that in that custom ability 7 bucket. And you see right here for the pre-bakes, he's getting Route Tech, Evasive Tank, and there's an arrow, meaning that there's more pre-baked abilities. This card actually might get too many abilities, and if he gets charged up X factors too, he's going to be insane at his height with these stats and these abilities. He's just going to be insane. He's going to have too many abilities to make it. He's just going to be crazy. So Marvin Harrison, this one's obviously, he's obviously going to be an S tier card, but still question marks around him. He could end up probably mid to lower S tier potentially if the abilities aren't good, but I would assume that, with how crazy this card already looks, they're going to juice him. They're going to make him crazy, but you can pretty much assume that for, all these cards were juiced, so I think I can definitely assume that they're going to juice out Marvin Harrison's card too. I don't think that's really a crazy guess. I wouldn't say that it is. Next up, let's go next up here. Next up, let's go with, let me move this mic over so I can actually see the screen here. Let's go Adafe Oweh. Let's go Adafe Oweh here. So Adafe Oweh, NFC North. Okay, all NFC North team chems. Film study is going to be his 0 AP, which I like. I think it's pretty good. A lot of good, a lot of good discounted abilities here. Run whatever you want, pretty much. Tackle Supremes in there. But Colossus is the big one. Colossus, and again, these cards do get charge up X factors, meaning that you're able to go Colossus with Unstoppable Force if you really want to. But he does get Colossus that does not shut off. So yeah, film study, Colossus on these, with these stats. With how Adafe Oweh cards play, just crazy speed off the edge. This card's gonna be a problem too. And you can just kind of see like how much better, these 99s are compared to these 96s, and just really all the other 99s in the game. I mean, these cards are literally, they get better ability stacks and setups than golden tickets do. Division Dynasty is getting better upgrades than golden tickets. What has Madden Ultimate Team become? Next up, let's talk Ryan Neal. Safeties in this game, of course, are expensive and tough to come by, finding a good one especially, but pick artists for free and gets a good mix of, man KOs, zone KOs, as he's able to get, deep route, deep out zone, mid zone. He gets all the stuff you would really want on a DB, which is great. Very flexible, gets universal coverage for 1. Avalanche without Enforcer Supreme, I don't love. So I probably wouldn't run Avalanche. I wouldn't run Tackle Supreme. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but universal coverage is probably what I would run. Maybe go mid-zone universal if you want to play him in the box. Over the top, you can go deep in zone, deep out zone, and mid-zone if you want to for the better reaction and universal coverage. I guess for flat zones maybe. Or maybe you go with... Now, you would probably go Tackle. Does he get any secure tackle or Tackle Supreme in here? He doesn't. Maybe you just ditch universal coverage, go with Tackle Supreme. and then go deep in, deep out, mid zone if you're playing zone coverage. I don't hate that decision either with pick artist at 6'3", or you can make him your user too. That's always an option as well. Inside stuff on the card, which is kind of a nice little addition there. He'll be pretty good. Is he like a goated safety? I would say probably no to that question. I think he's really good, but I'm gonna put him at the bottom of S tier for now. Which, I mean, again, these are very good cards we're talking about here. But yeah, Ryan Neal, we're gonna give him the S. Card's an absolute stud. Okay, sticking with users, linebackers, let's go Terrell Bernard. Okay, Terrell Bernard, all AFC East chems. Okay, lurk art is 0 for better animations. Of course, we love that. Good abilities here for a user. He does get film study, deep out zone, acrobat, lurker. I mean, he doesn't get mid zone, does he? No mid zone, I guess, does hurt the card because then you can't even go with. You can't even do. You can't even do mid zone reinforcement, which would have been the glitch. But he gets reinforcement for free, so he gets all zone KOs and he's better against the run. However, there's some confusion with people that universal coverage is for KOs. Reinforcement is also for KOs, but this does not add reaction time. That is what you need the abilities for. So it would have been good to see him get mid-zone reinforcement, as that does pretty much give you all zone KOs in the game. It's pretty glitchy, honestly. So Terrell Bernard, I think he's going to end up lower than Ryan Neal, to be honest. I think he is. I think he's going to end up lower than Ryan Neal. That's where I'd put him. S-. That's the grade we're going to give him, S- for today. But he's still good. I mean, the ability, like reinforcement, still getting that. There's definitely still value in that. I guess you could maybe argue him high A, but I'm not willing to put him that low. I'm just not. With the abilities and the charge ups and all that stuff, reinforcement as an ability, I just cannot put him at A tier. Just can't do it. Next up, let's talk Sarius Ward. Sarius Ward's a good one here too. Universal coverage is free on the card, but I would go bottleneck. I think bottleneck's the better play. Unless you're playing, even if you're playing man, I probably would. I guess it comes down to what your scheme really is, because he's able to get really good man setups and really good zone setups. You can go one step. He gets pick artist already. You're able to go short route and deep route and bottleneck. So you can press, you get the good KOs, you get one step ahead. Universal coverage also good for zone, or even bottleneck could be good for zone too. And avalanche is there, but I don't think it's really worth it. But you can go, deep in, deep out, mid zone with bottleneck. I mean, this is probably one of the best cornerbacks in the game as far as versatility goes. Should have decent tackling stats, but this card he's crazy. Okay, he's just a crazy card. So Sarius, where we're gonna put him at the top of S tier for now. Definitely S+ tier. I think he'll probably end up being the best card from today's drop, unless, I'm kind of playing it safe with the Marvin Harrison grade because he is a taller receiver who will get KO'd, but unless they do something crazy with his abilities, he'll probably end up here. If they give him two discounted, X Factor abilities, that would be, or ability X Factors, that would be crazy. Something like that would definitely move him and change my opinion, or if he gets every ability in the game, I don't know. So something like that would have to be what would move him up over here. But I'm good with Sarius Ward there, as he is probably the best, one of the best zone corners and man corners with good X Factors and abilities across the board, and good size as well. So that's Sarius Ward, top of S tier, S+. Next up, we got CD Lamb. CD Lamb will be a very good card. The only thing that's kind of nasty is the 92 catch and traffic, but it's okay. 6'2", 200 pounds, will be great after the catch. Will be an absolute stud after the catch. Gets yak him up and double me. Double me is interesting, so I feel like people only really react to double me when it's lit up. If it's hidden as an ability, will people really notice it? I don't know. Mossed is the better one. If he got Mossed, I would say run it over yak him up, but having Mossed on the whole game would be crazy. Would be crazy, and even double. This could be interesting. I don't know. We gotta. If they might give Marvin Harrison Jr. Mossed in this slot if they do it the same way. They really might. But obviously, route tech, acrobat, evasive's big. Is he a human joystick here too? He gets apprentices. No joystick, but in and out elites that slot apprentices, ladders. You can do whatever you want with CD Lamb. Okay. Pause. I guess right. That would be a pause. But he's obviously gonna be S tier. Good X Factors, charge of X Factors, good, ability X or X Factor abilities. But how do I order that? I guess they're X Factor abilities, right? Yeah, I guess they're X Factor abilities. So we're gonna put CD Lamb in the middle there. Solid card for sure. We now have Aiden Hutchinson here. Hutchinson. Okay, tackle supreme abilities, tackle supreme, film study, double or nothing under pressure, extra elite defensive rally, inside stuff. It's pretty good setup. Can play in the middle, could play on the outside. 2 can be a guy. I guess you can click on him and lurk with him. He's 6'7", 264. Pretty good. Dual threat avalanche. I don't hate it. I would prefer a Colossus or Unstoppable Force over a dual threat, but interesting card. I guess he's like a 6'1" guy. You can drop him out into coverage. But I guess, yeah, getting dual threat for a free ability if you run 6'1" is just kind of nice to have out there, I guess, at 6'7". So I think that'll probably be the best play for Aiden Hutchinson. I'll put him here because he's still a good pass rusher. Yeah, I'll put him there. I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that, honestly. All right, we got 2 more cards, and let's talk about Evan Ingram. This card is going to be overlooked, underrated, whatever you want to say. I got something in my eye. But 6'3", can legitimately be a wide receiver, and he's 240, 6'3". He's still going to have the good juke animation. Has really good run blocking. The route running, I guess, could be a little bit better, but that's what the abilities are for to cover that up. And he's already over 90, so it should be okay. 97 speed also is a little bit scary on this card. I gotta say that right now. 97 speed is a little bit scary, but I think you can see past it and play him as like a slot receiver tight end. I think he's going to be and even maybe fullback too. This guy can play. But you can double me as an ability, yak him up for 1 AP. You're able to go yak him up. And of course, with charge of X Factors, you're also going to be able to have Vanguards. You can go Vanguard and yak them up on the same exact card. And then you also have the 3X ability buckets that are discounted. It's wide receiver apprentice, slot-o-matic, a backyard tight end apprentice, evasive. So you don't need that though. He already has it. But deep in elite, short out elite. So as a wide receiver, fullback, tight end, just a guy on your field, I like Evan Ingram a lot. And people are probably not going to like where I put him. But I am going to put him in front of CeeDee Lamb. I think he's just a card you would want on your team. A guy that can do everything. Even though he doesn't have 99 speed, he still can run block, can still make guys miss in the open field, can still be an elite receiver, can still be an elite tight end. Again, just a guy you'll want out there. And finally, at number 1, we have Patrick Mahomes. I still haven't been able to really figure out the setup I want to use on Mahomes because he's going to get charge up X Factor. You get run and gun as well. And you get fearless. So you don't need dots. You don't really need run and gun, right? So what X Factor would you run? I think he does get Omaha. Maybe that's the one you go with. Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's what you would do. But then for the abilities, you guys see him right there. I mean, I guess you pay for set feet, lead, tactician. You already have fearless. So what do you use that extra? What do you even use that extra ability on? Because he doesn't get. He won't get. Where is it? Roaming Deadeye? Does he get Roaming Deadeye for 0? He does not, right? Oh, but then you gotta pay for Gunslinger. Wait, regardless, you have to pay for Gunslinger on this thing? I just realized that. And you're gonna need Gunslinger with the Mahomes release, so... I guess you would... damn, okay, wait. This might actually lower the card. So you have... Like, no matter what, you're spending 2 AP on Gunslinger. You're spending 2 AP on Gunslinger. So I would go Run and Gun, Fearless 0. Set feet lead... I might go, depending on how much AP you have left, it could be backyard, QB, or tactician. Because, you know, all you're losing is the conductor aspect of it. I don't even know what my third discount ability would be. Maybe Pocket Deadeye. Because you won't need dashing. Maybe it'll just be Pocket Deadeye. Like Pocket Deadeye, set feet, tactician. We're at, 2 AP right now? And then you toss on Gunslinger, you're at 4 AP. If you want to go gift wrap, you're at 5 AP. So they're all pretty similar setups, I guess, because you can't use discounted Gunslinger. Oh, that's interesting. And you definitely need Gunslinger with Mahomes release. Like it's non-negotiable. So where am I gonna put Mahomes? I think Mahomes belongs here. I think he belongs there. You need to maybe debate Adafe Oweh over him, but he belongs somewhere mid S tier. He's gonna go ahead and get the S. Okay, he'll get the S. And then we'll go, yeah, these are S minus, S minus, S minus, S plus, S plus, S plus. And these are all just, down here is just, this is binder fodder right here. We don't care about this stuff down here. We don't care about this stuff. So, let me know if you guys did enjoy today's kind of different grade video. I think I'm going to start doing it like this, where I incorporate the tier list into the grading system, just for some better visual representation throughout the video. But of course, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And have a great rest of your day. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.